Thank you, Ladi, and welcome to Sports News. More than 4,500 athletes from 71 nations and territories will compete for 275 gold medals at the Commonwealth Games, which begin tomorrow. There will be the same number of men's and women's medal events for the first time at a major multi-sport event. Gold Coast 2018 also includes the largest ever program of disability sports at the Commonwealth Games. Team Nigeria will feature 90 athletes in 10 sports at the Games. Nigeria placed 8th with 11 gold, 11 silver and 14 bronze at the Glasgow 2014 Games. Meanwhile, Team Nigeria will play in Group D in the qualifiers of the main draw in the table tennis event of the 2018 Commonwealth Games, which will begin tomorrow in Gold Coast, Australia. The team will face Malaysia and Belize for a place in the round of 16, with the event serving off on April the 15th. Team Nigeria will be represented in the team events by multiple Commonwealth Games medalists, Segun Toriola, Aruna Quadri, Bode Obiodun and Aziz Jamiu. The two top teams and the best third teams will advance to the next round. The team will be hoping to better the 2014 performance in Glasgow, as they failed to win any medals in table tennis. And the Handball Federation of Nigeria, the HFN, has confirmed that the national under-12 and under-15 championships will hold from April the 6th through the 15th. Over 54 clubs drawn from 27 states and the paramilitary organizations will battle for honors at the Mobolaji Johnson Sports Complex in Yaba, Lagos. Federation President Samuel Ocheho says the championships are aimed at developing young talent to replace the aging ones in the national teams.
Already sent messages to all states that they should come with the right age. Would we be able to eliminate it 100%? We may not be able to. We don't have the requisite technology yet. But one thing I can assure you is that we're going to reduce it to the barest minimum. So while the games will be going on, you will have people that will be scouting for this talent, and after that we will look at doing clinics for these talents that are identified, and in future when we're able to get the talent centers in all the zones, we'll be sending them to those talent centers to keep honing their skills. And on to UEFA, where Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice, including a stunning bicycle kick as Real Madrid took control of their Champions League quarter-final against Juventus with a convincing 3-0 first leg win in Turin. The Portuguese forward made history with his opener when he prodded home Isco's cross, becoming the first player to score in 10 consecutive Champions League games. And a Frank Ribéry-inspired Bayern Munich came from behind to take control of their quarter-final with Sevilla. The return legs come up next week on Wednesday. Olympiacos owner Evangelos Marinakis has fined his players €400,000 and ordered some of them to go on holiday until the end of the season after a draw left the defending Greek champions third on the table. Marinakis, who also owns Nottingham Forest, said he will call up players from the club's under-20 squad for the final 4 games following the draw against Levadiokos on Saturday. Olympiacos, who have won the last 7 league titles, have not been defeated in their last 6 games, but they trail leaders AEK Athens by 3 points. Marinakis told the players that the €400,000 euro fine was for Saturday's draw and for the 1-1 draw against Panathinaikos on the 3rd of March. And with that, we end on Sports News for tonight. I'm Barong Tony Rantan. Ladi will be back with the wrap.
Many thanks, Barong. Notable figures in South Africa have been visited in the home of the late anti-apartheid activist Winnie Mandela, who died yesterday at the age of 81. The whole country has been paying tributes to the mother of South Africa. Among them is President Cyril Ramaphosa, who describes her as a grandmother, a friend, a comrade, a leader, and an icon.
A gigantic tree has fallen were the words of President Cyril Ramaphosa in his heartfelt tribute to Winnie Madikizela Mandela on the evening of her death.
Winnie Mandela lastly leaves a huge legacy. And as we say in African culture, a gigantic tree has fallen. She has been one of the strongest women in our struggle, who suffered immensely under the apartheid regime, who was imprisoned, who was banished, who was treated very badly. And in a funny sort of way, the nation was ill-prepared for her early departure, and people are grieving very, very deeply.
As the country continues to mourn the passing of the African National Congress liberation fighter, Residents expressed their grief, saying she will be greatly missed.
It feels sad because she's done so much for our country. She's done so much for freedom. She was a fighter. She was a woman who never gave up. She was strong. I think she set a bar very high for women to stand up for what they believe in.
Born on September 26, 1936 in Bizana, Eastern Cape Province, Winnie Madikizela Mandela, who was known as the Mother of the Nation, was at the forefront of the anti-apartheid campaign and is widely regarded as being an inspiration and role model to all South Africans, particularly women.
The United States government is upset with China for imposing 25% duties on 128 American imports following President Trump's announcement he was imposing taxes on imports of steel and aluminium. White House spokesperson Lindsay Walters says instead of targeting fairly traded U.S. exports, China needs to stop its unfair trading practices which are harming U.S. national security and distorting global markets. The U.S. has taken two major steps on tariffs recently that have triggered tension with China, the first on steel and aluminium and the second on intellectual property. The U.S. is using national security laws to impose the tariffs, which it says are needed to protect U.S. producers. China has challenged the U.S. use of national security laws and announced retaliatory tariffs on $3 billion worth of U.S. products. The tariffs went into effect on Monday, targeting U.S. goods, including frozen pork, nuts, fresh and dried fruit, ginseng, and wine. And the main news again. Police today asked Senator Dino Melaye of Kogi West to give himself up ahead of his arraignment in court on a case of alleged conspiracy and unlawful possession of firearms. But the senator has asked the police to stop his trial in the media and says he will make himself available on the next adjourned date made by the trial judge. Also today, tenure extension debates rattled the ruling All Progressives Congress as President Muhammadu Buhari met with its governors, while a committee has also been set up to review the president's position on the matter. And on the foreign scene, the U.S. government today lashed out at China for imposing $3 billion worth of tariffs on American imports. That's tonight's news at 10. Thanks for being with us. My name is Ladi Akiri Doluale. Good night.